kakati ndi suspect wa COVID-19, and remember this was happening nga wayisewo akaseera katono Sir Simon Muyanga Lutaya gwendi naye wano nga yakamala okuwaniriza ku mukutu gwo gwa Twitter mask sikyagiraba naye bannaffe bali ku oluvuganya government bo bavuddeyo naga nti ate tujja kwetaba mu State of the Nation address kubanga Mwami Museveni ayitiriza okwonoona ensimbi z'omuwi w'omusolo nti buli ajja kumpi nange alina okukeberebwa COVID-19, buli ajja kumpi nange akeberebwe COVID. Tetujja kukebera era tetujja kujja. Honorable Mathias Mpuuga bw'ati bwe yagambye abako ba parliament abali ku oluvuganya government obutalinnyayo Mwami Museveni gy'abadde ayogerera oyo gwola ku screen yo. Well, Sir Simon Sebo sokola muse ku bantu tutandikira awo
ku bintu anyway kale njalo okola musaako mikwano gyaffe bwenna mbandiza ku Baba TV enche ya leero muri omutya mwebale emirimu mwebale kutugoberera ku mikutu kyaffe egy'endawulo naddala mwababona TV nga mugibonera ku lutimbe lwayo ni bano banaife ababita ku mikutu obubaka bwe muweereza tubufuna, and I am one of those who love reading those comments. Positive or negative, I don't care. For as long as a negative comment is respectfully written. No abuse, no insults, but criticize. Disagree with whatever you see, for as long as you keep respect with the rest of the people. Adam Al-Mahad Kung has been out of the country, in Mombasa, Kenya, as a leading media influencer in Uganda, discussing many other things of how they can use their media influence to also showcase issues of the IGAD, Intergovernmental Authority on Development, and the others. I only knew when he left. I did not know when he was planning to leave. Then I know what they call gorilla people. Some people are still having gorilla behavior. They plan behind your back and do many things. Scary, but
that we shall discuss after this.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Sir Simon.
I missed you.
I missed you too, but I was following the show. Unfortunately,
I was not following you. Your conference was incognito, hidden.
And I'll explain that after the show.
In fact, I want to believe you are not in Nairobi, but you go somewhere into Somalia, but I'm investigating. You are not easy. But anyway, whatever it was. You talked about yesterday.
Before that, Sir Simon, as I was in Mombasa, something happened. We lost Mr. Katolu Bwama. You were here.
Oh.
You actually broke the news.
The great man.
Nali muoteri yange nga ndaba show gyewali okola wano, and I saw you were quite emotional when giving out this news to the people. Yeah. But all in all, it was a very sad thing.
I have special memories of Katolu Bwama because, you know, I worked for Central Broadcasting Services, CBS, for a record 10 years. CBS per se was not an easy place to work in, especially there is a way that Pastor Peter Sematimba structured CBS, that the people in other departments look at the news department with less importance. They think it is not as important. And two, there was so much everyone for himself and God for us all syndrome around Central Broadcasting Services when I got there. So say for the newsroom where I worked with friends, Mkwano Gwangesta Wamala, Mr. Kadu Mukasa, Mr. Andy Waranachiwanuka, there's Omumbeja, Aisha, Nakalema, and the rest. Outside the newsroom, the environment seemed a bit hostile. That when people saw you with something wrong, they would talk to each other, whisper to each other. They call it gossiping. Yeah. Katolu Bwama was the only straightforward person I found at CBS, and I liked him. He would walk straight into you, and he's a freestyle joke with you and say, Musoga gwe. Musoga tembanya kwambala. Kabino byambadde ogende ku panel bagenda nti okola wa kabaka na bino bwe biti. Ne title naika kugisiba. Like that. And in there, he was correcting you. He was actually communicating a point. So he would find you. And so he gave me a lot of money because I did not know. So he used to get adverts. We first got adverts of MTN where they had given him a contract to translate some of the MTN messages to Uganda. And so they gave him money, but that was his private business. So when they gave it to him and he told me he chose me to come and do the translations for Lusoga. It was quite a lot of money. He says, for Nayomuno, so I got one girl and another man to do the translations. But I thought it was part of CBS's work. So we did the translations, we did not know. Then one day the man says, because to akakolo buntu bumeka, and there were quite many. Tubalemu meka ezo. Sibitegera byagamba. Nja kukola bwezi tobajali etano then over what?
And then that was some big money.
Some big money. The guy counts big money, new notes, and gives it to me. I said, what? He says, no, you've been doing this.
Wow.
I don't believe.
Wow.
So from then he started giving me a lot of money. And up to today, we only lost touch when he went to Parliament there. Namusango ne mugandinga Parliament yotuswaza. Yogera bya busiru. Gwe nawe ina amagezi agategeranze byogedde nga bya busiru. Olabanga bya busiru. Sina kwewunya tekwabira wanga bya busiru. Gwe ina amagezi agabiraba like that. And then later after Parliament, we have been meeting at a Lemonade Hotel in Mutundwe, where he's been a daily patron, entertaining us a lot, speaking to everybody. Katolubwama knew everything. Everything.
He had an idea on almost everything.
Katolubwama would pick it and say, you know, Museveni yagambi what? Mutamutegala lwaki Museveni yagambi what? Museveni yadde buli kimunga akimanyi. Nze nali mu state house olumwe noganda Katu eyo tukanga yodi. And so, but one thing that Katolubwama loved is to live in a free and happy environment. He would try as much as possible to make everybody around happy. Even if he was meeting for the first time, would find simanyi gwasirise oli mukiga. Manyi mu abakiga
provoking osanyuke.
Usaida me mukiga. Anti ndaba wenna olinga mukiga mwe mutayagala kubuuza. Fana Buganda tubuuza. Like that, and then later on you discover that he's not tribalistic, but he was that. So Katolubwama is a person who was dear to me. He's come here several times. Musoga gwe, because that one he never forgot. Every time he found him, Musoga gwe, where we to like.
It's very, very
sad. I remember one day when he told me, kale abasoga batulekanira lwaki togenda ne weesiba okuwaacha abazinga ne mugamba si bwa buli omu. But I also I then remember also one day when the late Chabazinga of Musoga Henry Wakumlocha appointed Professor Waswabalunywa as Katikiro. Katolubwama was the first person to tell me, tell Evere Musoga nti mwatukubye omuggo. Mwawanise standard. Katolubwama looked at Musoga getting Professor Balunywa as a gift, as something high. But Balunywa did not last. I don't know what happened. I never had to discuss it because it annoyed me. So I felt angry. Up to date, the story is told. But it's the first one said, Musoga. And from that time when Musoga had Professor Balunywa, the standards have just been going up and up and up. But he noticed it. He said, Musoga cheyakoze, bring an academician, a professor for a Katikiro. Sets the bar higher.
Abale nga Baba TV ne ganga muka twagala okwongera okusaasira n'okugumya ab'enganda za Katolubwama ne bannayuganda bonna olw'okufiirwa eyali kumba kwa Parliament wa Lubaga mu Nakatemba. Mpulidde buli omu nga Simon bw'omuwulidde is quite emotional kubanga ensonga zo ziwulidde, but abantu ab'enjawulo benjogeddeko nabo ne bendabye okuva Kato bwe yafudde, almost everybody ayina ebigambo bye bimu ku Katolubwama. Tumwagaliza era tumusabira Katonda aberenga omwoyo gwe yaguwumuza mirembe. Naye Simon
Nombu yakaluba n'agamba nti bw'afanga ennaku 7
nga tebannamuziika. Lwaki? Yawa nsonga ki?
Abantu basanyuke ekiyongero kibaggwemu bakimanyire nti kato kufa kiri nnomo abenga ataafudde bagende okumuziika nga enyiika ekendedde ye yagamba agala muziikira mu ssanyu
naku 7.
Said he wanted to be buried happy. He said tayagala kumuziika nga waliwo ataategedde sennaku 7 zimala buli omu okumutegeka.
So was that respected?
Era bali mu kumutunuulira atoloza yali asobola omuziika
balinde ennaku 7 zigweko.
Abadde atiisatiisaamu nga yeefula ow'emizimu ennyo toyinza mukwatako
naye Katolu bw'ama ne mu kufa era asigadde alimu olwa comedy.
That's it throughout, controversial throughout. Yeah. But he was a very intelligent man. Very intelligent, very good.
I remember him in parliament.
Very rich.
Ojjukira bwe yalezzemu okwesimbawo ku kifo ky'obubaka bwa parliament e Rubaga. This is what I remember most. Naga nti mwanno ekisanja ekyaggwa nga munnonze kulya era n'endya kakati munzeyo ne ku kino tulye ffenna. What a statement.
That was the honest truth.
Huh?
That was the honest truth.
Niye baagana okumuzzaayo
tebamutegeera tegwe balonda akola ki
aliyo kati
bwe bajjayo kati bane basaba
no kato yajjayo John Ken Luchams najja mu parliament. Bwe yavaayo ani yaddayo Lubaga
South wa Mukasa abantu batobe
Mukasa Aloysius Mukasa
nakola ki ekyenjawulo engisinga ekyakatolobwa Mukasa
si your fuck, was it fuck or something like that?
Papi ebyo sibimanyi ebimu eri abantu profiles esigoberera nnyo nga ndaba tenyamba, but I remember Gund telling me Lutamaguzi this week said something important. Well, he said it the wrong way. He has already said it, but he repeated it this time. He said, Parliament of Uganda is the mirror of Uganda. You don't need to move up country to see what you want. The members of Parliament behave the very way their constituents would behave. So, and whatever you see them do, so the image.
So, boboya galo kutegera ekifaananyi kya Uganda. Nti bannayuganda bafaanana batya, eggwanga lifaanana litya.
Look at Parliament. Kwa byonna gyebiri. Parliament ekola obufere ng'abalala, bayomba ng'abalala, balwana ng'abalala.
Tugende mpola sa Simon. So nga nti Parliament ekola obufere. Parliament?
Some MPs kale. Some MPs bafera ng'abalala. Because our Parliament, it is even very sad. Nalumiddwa nnyo nga Baraka Munyagwa taliiwo. Kuba Parliament eyo yalina kaliba y'abantu bwe bati. Enjogera ya Munyagwa nayo slightly yagala kufaanana ey'Akatolubwama. They are almost in the same league. Era ku Lemonade tubadde tubeera ffenna Munyagwa waali, Kato waali. Same type of ne baleka bawakana ku bintu kino nakiri ne bawakana. Katolubwama yali wa DP nnyo, yagala nnyo DP. Era nange n'aginjagaza n'enjibeeramu bwe nagivaamu okuddamu FDC n'ayomba nnyo, n'ayomba obwongo bwonna manya tosobola DP abagezi wali tosobola ogenze mu bino ebyabannamu ebintu by'abanankole bityo. Until later when we agreed. Naye bwe yagenda mu Parliament Muhammad Nsereko softening.
Yeah, he was a close friend to Muhammad Nsereko.
Muhammad Nsereko has had great influence in toning down Katolubwama's political stance to what he was now. And they were very good friends. And I think, I don't want to say, Kato would have died maybe even longer than now.
Earlier
than now. Because he's been sickly for long, especially going in and out of Uganda for treatment. And every time he's gone out, the hand of Muhammad Nsereko has been very big, especially in helping him connect to him where he's going, which hospitals, meeting some of these bills. So
even
Muhammad
giving him
Nsereko
company
was an indelible
friend
to him. I think one of his best. But most importantly, Katolubwama will be missed by the patrons at Lemonade Hotel, where he was every evening. People were coming just to hear Katolubwama's stories. People were coming just to enjoy his talk. And I think they will hardly find somebody to replace them. Now that even Munyagwa is in prison over the byokufera. But like I was saying, Parliament yaffe nga gundi bwagamba is a reflection of what we have. Bino byobadde oyogera wano.
Tujja kujja mu next hour kwebyo. But you know, Sir Simon, nga tunatugenda mukummula. One thing I see mu Uganda muno tulina ekizibu. Not just mu Uganda, ndowooza nga baddugavu. A person like Katolu Bwama ku byakoze n'obulamu bwe obuli a little unique.
Very unique.
Nti kati afudde. Sisuubira Nkatu alina ekitabo era kyawandiise.
Nakimugambako niwamba Kato neetaaga okuwandiikamu nze ekitabo. Kandi nalina bwe nti nsobola okujjanga gy'oli n'onyumyanga emboozi bwe ndikodinga ne mmala ne mpandiikamu ekitabo. Nangamba bitabo bya Uganda byantama. Ate mwene ebyamagezi bye muwandiika. Muntu awandiika ku bulamu bwe buli omu alina sitoole ye. He was actually saying that Ugandan books, what we call books here, are not so much books in a sense, but biographies. Too much. Somebody writes a whole book on it's just nalibwenti nakula ndi mwavo so nakijerega nakirekawo. But I think from the information available, from his recordings, from his talks, from his friends, we can still write a book. You can still write a book, and I can start that. I can.
I think you should, because
maybe get in touch with
such a person who are fanti kati afudde n'agenda na buli kimu and the story is done.
You're right. We need some record.
Lumu nali mpuliriza omukyala Rebecca Jengo ndoza y'omu Kato be ya mentoringa mu kujja mu music. Yes.
A mentor is abantu bangi.
And she was saying very hurting things about this man. Ngaga musajja muntu nagamba muwe ekitiibwa nga taata. And this I'm saying it from the bottom of my heart.
Was special. Mu industry yawe talina bunubunubuno bwolo bwabona abasirusiru bowulira gundi abisanya ne gundi. I think I have known Katolu Bwama. Nganti yaliko okono omuntu gama nti balinamuko obutakanya. I think waline Abe Muchibi sometime around 2000 what. And I did not know what the reason was, but there was a time
abakyakola bonna
ku CBS in the corridor where I could hear and said somebody, I do hear people say at CBS tibana ebintu by'amawulire bino bizibu nnyo. Katolu Bwama bwafuluma bweru tabuuza Abe. Naye bwe batuuka ku kaliisoliiso bachigola bulungi ne basaaga ne bazanya as if they are in good books. But every time they got out of the studios, they were not talking, they were not greeting. That time when they were doing ngabakawula katazimba theater and abagitangane waliwo theater gye yali azimba nono Royal Theater something.
Yes.
So nga batugamba mbu tebakwala tebabuuzaganya naye nga babeera ku kaliisoliiso
tayinza kukitegeera.
I said, what this degree of professionalism these people have. I've lived with people, by the way. Much of my behavior in this industry, media, najigira ku CBS. CBS mentored me so much into a unique person. The way I look at things, you come here and you hear people fighting small wars, you hear idiots with small beefs, people talking
at stations.
Stations. Simanyi ne bakulingiriza n'ebitaliimu, simanyi atambuza bigere, kale yenna all those byonna nabiyitamu. So whatever nonsense people bring around me, I simply look at it and review it in the other. I know how people hate progress. When you bring change, people hate you more. I am used to that. I know how people hate letting them the truth. When you tell somebody the truth that you need to improve here, they create wars, these cheap talks. I know every time somebody wants to run to the bosses and talk good things, nobody talks about bad things. I know people who work at bosses. I know all of this nonsense. I've gone through it.
And
but that
of
training was from CBS. And I normally tell people that CBS to me was a military institution.
Military.
Training you by, it was by an iron hand. But at the end of the day, there was a man called Robert Kasozi. Robert Kasozi still lives, was our personnel manager. Is the best manager of people I have found in my life. Nobody knows human beings. Nobody manages human beings. Nobody knows workers. Nobody feels for the worker. Nobody respects the worker's interests like Robert Kasozi. the personnel manager I found at CBS FM.
Wow.
Wonderful people. The mentoring of Ndiwala Nachiwanuka one day made me walk. You know where Parliament is?
Yes. And
you know where CBS is?
Yes.
You know how long that distance is? So I went to Parliament, reported the story, and I was supposed to pick a bite from John Ken Luchams. So mpandike gulire bichi ebyo nampandise ku Luchams, but I not picked a bite. Nentambuza bigere. Wembera yali mbi nenduka ku CBS. Nambuza Mr. Kiwanuka. Eddoboozi no tulirina, tetulirina. Ate tutya. Disigala liligulire ngono tayogedde. Nenkubira Ken Luchams. Honorable. Oli ludda mbali jali eddoboozi lyo. Nchali ku Parliament wananjagala kuvaawo. I walked kubigere from Mengo to Parliament kubigere. Nenfuna eddoboozi bampanka recorder kalinga kaino muzindalo muwanvu bweguti. Then nentambula back from Parliament back to Mengo. That luxury was not there. Tebakuwanga luxury mu busiru. Wakoze obusiru bwo.
Pay for it.
Because bakuwanga sente zikola olunaku. Kati juka zebampo nakuzali zikoze okugenda olusooka ziwedde.
Tebakuwazi kuzali.
Ate sinazongo ziriako okekkereza osobola okulyako n'okutambula. So nobody would reward your obusiru. And that's why my management style is a bit hard. Yes, but again, the people I have also mentored and nurtured, after, they thank me.
Yes.
They buy me clothes. They call me. Because they realized later that it was necessary. This soft life of abana bakava ku university, bano benda babaka wano obuntu chichi twakaba. Tumaze omwaka mulamba, emyezi 3 tetufuna musala, tumaze simanye emyezi 3 tetufuna musala, fe twamalanga kuno omwaka nga tewali but you remain going.
Katuwumulemu ko Baba TV ganga muka sa Simon Miyanga lutayanange Adam Kongo ganga muke kiyongere tovaawo.